Hi guys, it's Charlie, your Charlie Book Fanatic, and I have never done a book haul on this channel. So I thought it would be time to change that. I went book shopping today, which I don't do much. It's Friday today. So I went to a second-hand bookshop, two actually, and I bought 4 books, but I also have some library books that I want to show you, so let's get on. So let's first start off with the books I bought. So in the first second-hand bookshop I went to, I bought one book that wasn't even on my TBR, but I saw it and it was in such good condition that I wanted to take it with me, and that is the Dutch copy of The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. So if you've watched my other videos, and specifically I think my last weekly reading vlog, then you know I've read The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness last week, and I really liked that. It was the first book I read by Patrick Ness, so when I saw it in the second-hand bookshop I thought I would buy it because I wanted to read more by Patrick Ness, and this is the perfect reason for it. And it has a beautiful cover and it's in such a good condition. There is literally nothing wrong with it, so I thought I was really lucky. Even if it's in Dutch, but I mean, I can read in Dutch. I just hope I will like it as much as The Rest of Us Just Live Here. To be honest, I don't know much about this. I just know that it's by Patrick Ness, and I've heard people talking about it, and I think it's about a boy named Todd, and he hears a lot of noise in his little village, but there aren't any women or something, and then he meets a girl, and the noise is he can hear thoughts, and he can't hear the thoughts of this girl, so that is a bit strange, I guess. And I guess it's about that. And Todd wants to leave his village. He actually has to flee his village. And then the question on the back says, but how do you escape if everyone can hear you? That's a good question. That's a really interesting concept, to be honest. I'm really excited about this, not even because of the author anymore. It's a thick book though. It's gigantic, but I'm anticipating this. I really am. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. And then in true Charlie style, I went to the second-hand bookshop, and I bought some Danielle Steele books. Yep, I did. I'm sorry. I bought 3 of them. I have 11 Danielle Steele books, guys. It's a problem now, but I just like to read her because it's like, I've read her when I was really, really little, and I enjoy everything she writes. Like, I'm just throwing books around. But I really, really like everything she writes because I enjoyed her from when I was very young, you know, and I grew up with her stories, and I just want to read everything she has written. And every time I see a Danielle Steele book, they're always in this pocket version as well, I just buy them. These are also, all 3 are Dutch, and I just opened the first one, and this is a list of all the books Danielle Steele has written, I think, up until the publication of this one. So yeah, lots of books I still don't have. 11 is absolutely nothing. The first book I have here is Family Album, obviously by Danielle Steele, and this one is also a bit thicker than her normal books, because this one is over 500 pages, and the other 2 I have here are this. So her normal books are, I did think these are a bit short for Danielle Steele books anyway, but this one is really, really thick. And Family Album is about Faye Price, and she's at the top of Hollywood because she's one of the first female directors. She's a legend, actually, and above all that, she is a mother, and a mother of 5 children, and this is the story about how motherhood is the biggest challenge in her career. But I think this is really interesting because Danielle Steele has a lot of children herself. She's obviously not a female director, and obviously not the first female director, but she has a lot of children herself. So I think this is really interesting, and there's an exploration of how Danielle Steele deals with being a mother and having a career, I think, from another character's perspective. The second book I have by Danielle Steele is called Loving, and it has this really cute pen on the front. I love these pocket editions, like I have a lot of them, but I think these are really, really cute. This book is about Bettina Daniels and her father, who is a famous writer, suddenly suddenly dies, and she has to deal with the aftermath of that, and all of her friends suddenly disappearing because they stuck around because her father was a famous writer. And yeah, it's basically her coming of age story, I guess, and how she deals with reality and making all of her dreams come true. And the last Danielle Steele book I bought is called Zoya, and I think this one is the cutest with this thing on the front. This book is about the Russian Revolution. Zoya's parents and her brother get murdered, and along with her grandmother, she escapes to Paris, where they don't have a lot of money, so she starts dancing with a Russian ballet company, and she meets the American millionaire Clayton Andrews, and they get a passionate relationship. And with Clayton, she goes to New York, and it says on the back of it she didn't see all of the tragedies that were coming her way, obviously. So I guess a lot of shitty things are going to happen in this book, but that's why I like them so much. They're romance novels, but they're also life stories of all of these characters, and I really enjoy that. Danielle Steele, whoa, I did not know. Look at this font. Like, what is that even? What? Now I get why these are so short. My god. So, on to the library books. I have 3 library books with me, which I'm really excited about, and I think you've heard of all of them. So yeah, that's really exciting and quite different for my channel. I'm so funny. First book I have here is one of the 2 Rainbow Rowell books I have not read, which are Carry On, which is not the book I have here, and Landline. I absolutely love this cover. I think this is the English edition. Yeah, it is. It's from the library, and it just arrived at my local library, and it's absolutely stunning. I love it. It's the first time that actually I have a book that looks decent. But yeah, I've been really looking forward to reading this, but it has been on my TBR for the longest time. I don't particularly enjoy Rainbow Rowell's stories, but this one has been really speaking to me. I have lipstick here, don't I? No, I don't. But anyway, I don't particularly enjoy Rainbow Rowell's stories, but I don't know, I just keep reading them, I guess. This book is about a character named Georgie McCool. Really? Is she called McCool? Georgie McCool, and she has marriage troubles, and then suddenly Georgie has this magical phone where she can call her husband in the past, and she can talk with him and try and save her marriage that way. I'm going to read that one quite soon, I guess, but this one I know I'm going to read quite soon. I'm going to read it next week. I already know that. And it's Go Ask Alice by Anonymous, or also known as Beatrice Sparks. This book is really short, so I think I'm going to go through this quite quickly, but it's a really heavy book, and I also like this cover, if I'm being honest here. So this is also the English version of the book, which I like the most, I guess. I like reading in English a lot more than I like reading in Dutch, but it's really quite unique for my library to have well-known books in English instead of in Dutch. This is basically the exploration of drug abuse. Alice is 15 years old, and one night at a party, the drinks are spiked with LSD, and Alice is never the same girl again. She's 15, and this is really a true life story by Anonymous, as you know. I think Beatrice Sparks, the author of this, is actually Alice, the character in the story, but it's a true life story, and this is actually Alice's diary. So it has all of these diary entries, like June 8th, and then a short bit of text under it. So Alice is on drugs and she kept a diary, and I think it's really interesting, so I can't wait to start in this. And the next book I have here is also really thick, but I've been looking forward to this book so much and for such a long time, and it's a Dutch version of You by Caroline Kepnes, and it has a beautiful cover as well. Like, this is You in Dutch, but I absolutely love it. And I also just saw, it says in Dutch obviously, American Psycho before the Twitter generation. And that's quite funny because I have American Psycho right here, and I read it, I think back in October last year, and I didn't know back then if I enjoyed it or not, but I gave it 3 stars, and I thought it was, when I made up my mind about it, I thought it was absolutely amazing. It was really interesting. It's about a serial killer, so check that out. Back to you. This book is about a stalker, and I don't know much more about it, but I know it's from the viewpoint of the stalker, and I think that is so interesting. Like, when back when I read Stolen by Lucy Christopher, that is also about a stalker. It's not from the viewpoint of the stalker, but it's about a stalker and a kidnapper who kidnaps this girl, and it's basically all about Stockholm Syndrome, which is when someone kidnaps you and you kind of begin to like this person and feel sympathy for them. But this one, that made me want to pick up this one when I heard about it, and I'm really excited. I don't know when I will start it because it's thick. It's a thick book. It only looks thick because it's 380 pages, so that is not that much. I think I can read that in a bit, but I'm really excited about this because I also have heard Joce from Squibblesreads rave about this, I guess. I thought she really liked this, and that made me want to pick it up even more, so I hope I have the time to read this soon. And I know I just said it was the last book I had, but I lied to you because I looked at my bookshelf and I was like, I have these 2 books on display, and I was like, I forgot to show you these because I haven't bought them that long ago. So I'm going to show you the one I bought first, and it's a book I really love, and I wanted my own copy of it to reread it soon. But it's Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sáenz, and this is my favourite author, as you know, and I wanted my own copy of it, and I absolutely adore this book. I'm going to reread it soon, because a sequel is coming out this year, I think, also from Aristotle's viewpoint, but I don't know what to think about that because I was expecting the same book from Dante's viewpoint, and now there is going to be a sequel with Aristotle and Dante, and I really don't know how to feel about that. But yeah, I bought this book, and this book is basically about the friendship between Aristotle and Dante and how they meet each other and how they build up a friendship and get to know each other and their problems and figure out all of their secrets, and it's really lovely. And if you haven't read it yet, I couldn't recommend it more because it's an amazing story. It's amazingly written, it's really flowery and poetry-like, and I absolutely adore this book. I couldn't love it more. And then the second book I forgot to talk about earlier is also one I've raved about on my channel loads of times. It even has its own freaking video on this channel, and if you just saw me do that, then you know it's All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I'm just really busy. I have ADHD, guys, blame me. But anyway, it's All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and if you've seen one of my previous videos, you know I absolutely adore this book. It's heartbreaking, it's lovely, it's amazing, it is everything you hoped it would be and even more. And this book is about Theodore and Finch and their relationship, and it's all about mental health issues and depression and suicide, and it broke my heart, but it was what I needed at that point in time when I read it, which was last year somewhere, I believe. And it's about Theodore Finch, and Theodore Finch is, or just Finch for short, is fascinated by death, and he has his own mental health thingy going on, which I can't say because that would be a spoiler, but you know it from the beginning of the book that something is wrong with him. And then there's Violet, who is depressed and wants to kill herself at the beginning of the book. She's like standing on the ledge of the tower at school and she wants to jump, and that's when she meets Finch, who also comes to the tower every single day, I believe. And he sees Violet standing there, and Violet is one of the popular girls, and Finch in that moment knows he needs to step on that ledge and pretend he was the one going to jump, and Violet was the one that saved him instead of the other way around. But Finch and Violet get this class project where they have to go to all of these different places and take pictures, and for their photography class or something like that, and they get paired up together and they get to know each other, and it's so lovely. And I want to reread this book soon as well. I'm going to. That's why I bought it. I love these two books so much. These are my two favorite books of all time, and I want to verify that by rereading them. But until then, I couldn't recommend these two books more, and I just managed to make a book haul video in a rave video about All the Bright Places and Aristotle and Dante. Just a regular video on my channel, I guess. But yeah, those were the last two books. So this is my first book haul on this channel. Let me know what you think down below. Have you read any of these books? Do you want to read any of these books? Let me know, what did you think about these books, or what do you think about these books? I mean, yeah, let me know all of your thoughts down below, or which one do you think I should read first. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.